Alabama State has done it yet again. 12 seasons, 11 consecutive SWAC titles. We beat Texas Southern again. We've been playing them pretty frequently in this game, along with Alcorn State and Prairie View A&M, and then you sprinkle a little Mississippi Valley State every now and then. But for the most part, it's been Texas Southern. So we take home yet another SWAC title, 11 in a row. And as I told y'all already, we're not going to the national championship game. Look at this. We're taking on a 7-4 Cincinnati team. It is what it is, man, at this point. We're going bowling nevertheless. We're still undefeated. So here are the stats from the SWAC championship game. Texas Southern ran the football all over us. They had 237 yards rushing. We had 279 as a team. They went 3 for 3 in the red zone. We went 3 for 3 as well, but we only scored 1 tutty, along with 2 field goals, but that's cool. Gerard Green goes out as a champion, not a national champion. Well, he is a national champion, but not in his senior season. Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, 11 carries, 226, 3 tutties. He had a monster game. Our wide receivers were not bad. We had 2 of them that caught touchdown passes. Our defense was clicking though, but we'll get on them later. Offensive line played a great game. Our defense was absolutely amazing though. We had 4 sacks as a team. We had 3 picks as a team, including a pick 6. Of course, that was by Kevin Wilson. So let's go on to the awards, man. So for the first time in this series, we have a Remington Trophy winner. Now, this trophy is awarded to the best center in the nation, but we had to make some alternatives on our offensive line because he was too good to just sit behind and play backup at center. Bob Russell played left tackle throughout the entire season, and he was amazing. He was phenomenal at that position. This was his first season playing left tackle, and when Joseph Cooley needed him to step in and take that position, especially at the starting spot, he stepped in and did not disappoint. Had a rough start to the season, but he made up for it. Congratulations to Bob Russell. So now we go over to Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, and he does a double. Doak Walker Award winner. And on top of that, he won the award for the best offensive player in the nation. And as we all know, that is the Maxwell Award. So now we have a tradition at this school. We've had multiple running backs that have won the Doak Walker and the Maxwell Award in the same season. Justin Frankie Beverly Mays proved that he was no doubt the best offensive threat in the nation, scoring well over 40 touchdowns on the ground, and on top of that, scoring on special teams as well as being effective in the pass game. The man has well over 2,000 yards rushing. Could have potentially had 3,000 if we gave him the ball just a little bit more. But again, we got off to a slow start on offense to start the season. But nevertheless, he set a new record for touchdowns in the season, set a new record for touchdowns in the career. He has well over 100 touchdowns in his collegiate career. Congratulations to Justin Frankie Beverly Mays. So now we go over to next week. As we all know, the same day as the Army-Navy game, we have the Heisman Trophy presentation. We got 2 Hornets in the building. Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, the running back, and Ruben Stutter Smith, our wide receiver, led the team in receiving yards. So let's get this started. The Heisman Trophy presentation is now underway. Let's take a look at the finalists for this prestigious award. You got Courtney Johnson coming in from the U at quarterback. Ruben Stutter Smith, the wide receiver for Alabama State. You have Randy Herron, Arizona State quarterback, had a nice season. Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, starting running back for Alabama State. And Kyle DeLoach, the running back from the U. And the winner of the Season 12 Heisman Trophy is... Was there a doubt? There was no question that Justin Frankie Beverly Mays was the best player in the country. And look at those first place votes. This is probably the most lopsided Heisman Trophy presentation or Heisman Trophy voting in college football history. Ruben Studdard Smith actually got 80 first place votes, but no doubt Justin Frankie Beverly Mays was the best in the country. So you see here, Morgan State, the MEAC champions, are taking on UTEP in the New Orleans Bowl. We got Alcorn State taking on ECU in the GMAC Bowl down in Mobile. We got South Carolina State and Texas Southern in the Motor City Bowl. Texas Southern going back to Detroit for a little SWAC MEAC challenge. And last but not least, you have the Hornets taking on Cincinnati down in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. Now let's take a quick look at the All-Americans. Of course, Justin Frankie Beverly Mays and Ruben Studdard Smith made it. And now you go down to our offensive line. Both of our guards and our center made it, but neither one of our tackles made it. So we got to do some work on that, man. And then we go further down to the linebacker spot. You're going to see no Luke Rivera. Absolutely criminal. But Doug McCaleb made it thanks to his INTs. He was a big ball hawk for us. Keith Sweat, Tito Jackson made it. And as we keep going further down, I believe one of our safeties made it, or could I be wrong? Okay, there he is. Jeff Uncle Luke made it, our strong safety. He was absolutely phenomenal this season. Oh, he's just a sophomore. I thought he was a senior. But yeah, man, the secondary is going to be really good next season in the Gump Town for them Alabama State Hornets. Let's take a quick look. Second team All-Americans, Luke Rivera is nowhere to be found. But we did get Jeff Jenkins on that list, so that's good to see. But Luke Rivera was robbed of All-American honors this season, man. So let's go down the list for freshman All-Americans. You're going to see Steven Spence made the list, but outside of that, we didn't have nobody else as a freshman that made this list. But back to Luke Rivera, we were absolutely screwed of him getting any type of All-American honors, and that really made me mad, dog. So now we go down the list of all SWAC first team, and I was surprised that Jared Green actually made the list, despite the fact he missed at least a month of games. But pretty much it's mainly a lot of Hornets. But there goes Luke Rivera finally getting the recognition he deserves. Led the nation in sacks, but don't even get first team All-American. That's absolutely crazy. Our entire secondary made first team all SWAC. Now you go to the second team. You got Powell, you got Hefner, and then we had some players be recognized on our defense. There goes Josh Avery right there, and I believe he was the only one, if my memory is correct. Oh, and our kicker got recognized. So Justin Frankie Beverly Mays is being recognized as National Offensive Player of the Week for his amazing, legendary performance versus the Texas Southern Tigers inside the SWAC championship game. 11 carries, 226 yards and 3 tutties. Kevin Wilson, 1 tackle and a pick 6. Great performance overall. So the Utah Utes ended up winning the Mountain West Conference. 8-3 record, 6-2 in conference play. BYU finished second, funny that they're rivals. Arizona State, of course, won the Pac-10. They're going to the Rose Bowl, no question about that. LSU's going to the Natty. They're 12-0, 9-0 in conference play after winning the SEC. Morgan State are the winners of the MEAC. They did just enough to squeak by. No question about that. San Jose State won the WAC conference. It's the WAC, even the FBS conference, I forgot. In the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes take home the ACC championship. 11-1 overall, 8-1 conference play with that 7-1, I forgot. 11-0 Penn State going to the Natty. Big 12 Missouri, champions of that conference. And then, of course, in the Big East, the Cincinnati Bearcats, 7-4 overall, 6-1 record in conference play. And then, of course, Conference USA, you got SMU taking home that title. So let's get bowl season started. New Orleans Bowl, you got the Morgan State Bears beating the UTEP Miners. So we'll continue from there next time. Join us. It will be Joseph Cooley's last game as coach of Alabama State's football team. We're going to be in the Sugar Bowl taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Thank you for watching. Peace.